Hey YouTube, welcome back to Universe X, and today we are actually going to go deeper into the black spoilers with the other part of black, that being the new Xeno Shadow Dragon support. So in this set, we're doing a lot of cool things. We're rounding out the roster, including Rage, Ice, Nova, and Omega Shenron, as well as their respective extra cards. So we got a lot to dive into, and then we might even touch a little bit upon the synergy, but we're definitely gonna have to revisit the archetype as a whole. So looking forward to that. Just before we get in, just some of the normal plugs. We have got the Facebook groups, the collective Facebook groups. We've got the community page. We have the official Facebook group. Between both of those, you're going to get all the announcements, all the spoilers, all the details you need to play this game competitively, casually, or whatever you feel like in between. We also have Universe X, which is my personal group. Don't post in there as much as I need to, but it will be ramping up over time. Just got to kind of find the correct rhythm to manage all these things. We've also got a Discord, right? That is also Universe X. You can join there, or you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram. Like, I pretty much have social for like everything when it comes to this. Last little self plug, I do have a second channel dedicated to Dragon Ball games. So there's like Dokkan, there's Legends. I could maybe put some Kakarot up on there if you guys want, but I will be uploading to that steadily. This is my main focus right now, but the more support I can get on that channel, the more I'll post for that channel. So the last thing I wanted to say is that just newly got a little sponsorship from TCGMetalZ. So we do have a code that you can put into checkout at TCGMetalZ and receive 10% off your entire order. This directly helps the channel, but I also love being able to advertise TCGMetalZ, because from like as soon as I found out about it and we became friends, I've just been loving the metal leaders. My current Gohan's a metal leader. You guys know how long I rocked Broly, and it's just cool. I'm just very excited. So in checkout, you can type in UNIX, that is UNIX, to get 10% off of your entire order. So we'll probably do a commercial for that later on, not gonna lie. Stepping into the content, we're gonna start on these Shadow Dragons, and the last thing I wanted to say was if you like the content, subscribe to the channel, because we're gonna keep pumping out more. So the first card we got up here is Rage Shenron, the Power of Darkness. He is a 3-drop. Righty, and he is a blocker. He's got counterattack, negate the attack, and play this card in rest mode. If there's 7 or more black Shadow Dragon cards in your drop area, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. So he becomes a 1-drop counterattack, and he puts a 14k body on the board. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card, when this card is played from your hand or discarded by a Shadow Dragon card skill, you may look at the top card of your deck. If it is a black Shadow Dragon card, you may add it to your hand, otherwise place it at the bottom of your deck. Now for anybody who needs a refresher, all the Shadow Dragons are of course Shadow Dragons, but all of the extra cards for them, the ultimate and then their move names, those also have the Shadow Dragon tag. So you can get most of your deck off of these pickups. This is kind of cool because his ability should be live turn 2 on a good day, turn 3 for sure. So I think that's pretty cool. The next one we got here is Rage Shenron, Negative Energy Explosion. Blocker. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card, this is the normal skill. If he's played or discarded, played from your hand or discarded, you may look at the top of your deck, and if it's a black Shadow Dragon card, you may add it to your hand, otherwise place it at the bottom of your deck. So, same thing. But he has Auto Burst 1. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card and it's your opponent's turn, when this card is used in a combo from your hand, switch up to one of your leader cards to active mode. This is important because your leader is a blocker, and there's a couple things that happen when he blocks. But we're going to go into a overarching synergy video after this. Not like after this initial video, but it's going to be one of the ones in the pipeline for sure. Now we've got Ice Shenron, the Power of Darkness. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card, when this card is placed from your hand or discarded, or played from your hand or discarded by Shadow Dragon, do the normal thing. You're going to scry the top and you can add it if it's Shadow Dragon. No. I'm just going to start calling that the normal Shadow Dragon effect, okay? And then Auto Burst 1, if your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card and it's your opponent's turn, when this card is used in a combo from your hand, choose up to 1 Shadow Dragon card in your battle area, switch to active mode. Now this is actually cool because you can stand something you don't want getting swung on, but you can also stand something that can already block again. So I think this part is actually really neat, but this is a combo from hand card, of course, and it's burst 1, so that actually really helps. Next, you've got Ice Shenron, Negative Energy Explosion, Barrier, and Blocker. This is actually huge. That's a very important effect. It's got the normal Shadow Dragon effect, and then at the end of turn, switch this card to active mode. So it doesn't remove like Shenron's 3-drop, but it has Barrier. So they both have kind of their pluses and minuses. The next card we're going to be looking at is Nova Shenron, the Power of Darkness. This card looks amazing. Critical, that's what we like to see. 3-drop. Normal Shadow Dragon effect. Then limit 1, burst 1. Send this card from the top of, or from your hand to your warp. Then look at the top 5 cards from your deck and add up to 1 black Shadow Dragon battle card with an energy cost of 5 or less amongst them to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Okay, this is limit 1, burst 1, but this is probably going to be a 4 of, because this basically just extends your reach. You literally just warp this card from your hand, and then you're going to search the top 5 for most of your battle cards being able to come into your hand. This card's amazing. Like, don't get it twisted. I don't think there's anything negative I can say about this card. Next, you've got a Nova Shenron, Negative Energy Explosion. Also critical, which is cool. And then he's got the normal Shadow Dragon effect, but auto. If you look at the Black Shadow Dragon, when this card is played, play up to 1 Toa Resonance of Shadow with from your drop area with a marker on it. Now, this is actually a monsters thing, because 16k for 3 and critical, that's not really that impressive, but the fact that he can come out and just recycle your unison is very impressive. So I actually like this card a lot. I think this is actually a lot of gas, and I'm excited to kind of see this card do the things it's doing. I really don't know how else to say it. Like, this is actually a really, really good card. It just for 3 energy, resetting up your unison and getting a valid swinger is just too much value to ignore. Now the next card we have going for us is Omega Shenron, Darkness Absorb. Unique. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card, it's got the normal Shadow Dragon effect. However, activate main, black. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card, and you choose 1 black Shadow Dragon with a cost of 5 or less in your battle area and place it in its owner's drop area. Play this card from your hand. If you do, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and send it to its owner's warp. This is, I think, automatically a 4 of, because it's instant spot removal, and for 1 energy, you can bounce almost any Shadow Dragon back to your hand and just body them with it. I think this is an amazing, amazing card and should not be slept on at any point. It doesn't have deflex, that kind of makes it balanced, but this guy is actually just really good. You're gonna be able to remove divine presences with this guy, pick off thick bodies that don't have barrier. This is just all around a very, 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 very good card. And for how early you can bring it out, because technically you could bring this guy out on turn 2. Like, it's that powerful. This guy's very strong. Now you got the main boss card for the deck, Omega Shenron, Ultimate Darkness. Unique triple strike. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon card, it's got the same effect. This is the normal Shadow Dragon effect. However, activate main, 2 black. If your leader card is a Shadow Dragon and you have 3 or more energy, so this guy's coming out for 2 energy on turn 3 minimum, and you send 7 black Shadow Dragons cards from your drop area to your warp, play this card from your hand. So this is interesting because he kind of changes the landscape, you know? So you can turn your whole board sideways to get rid of something like a unison, and then once your opponent can't play God Sealing, you can just pay 2 energy to play this guy and swing for triple strike, and if they negate you, they do negate you. But this guy's actually very, very strong. Depending on the matchup, he'll be able to do a lot of damage, and he comes out for fairly cheap for a triple strike 30k. There's a reason why these cards don't have deflect though, or barrier, because it'd be very ignorant, because this guy can come out on turn 3, the other one can come out as early as turn 2. There's a lot you can do with these 30ks. We're slowly starting to see 30ks creep back in. Now on to the extra cards. We got Ultimate Electric Slime. Permanent, this card gains Shadow Dragon in all areas, of course. That's the normal extra card permanent. And then activate battle, limit 1, choose up to 1 of your black battle cards. It gains -9 or plus 9,000 power on the revenge of the turn. This is actually interesting because you don't have to be a deck, Xeno Shenron deck to use this. You can use it in black deck, but this deck has so many blockers that it's actually cool that you'll be able to use this for battle for free, but I don't see me maxing on these copies. It's kind of feeling like filler. Next one, Ultimate Ice Ray. Normal Shadow Dragon extra effect. Activate main battle, limit 1. Your opponent places the top card of their deck into the drop area. Additionally, you may choose 2 black cards in your hand to discard them. If you do, your opponent can only attack with battle cards 1 more time for the turn. Okay. Might seem like a hefty cost, but when you play this and you drop 2 black battle cards, if they're both Shadow Dragons, because they were dropped by a Shadow Dragon skill, you're going to be able to check the top card of your deck twice and potentially replace both of those cards. So it sounds very, very hefty, but it literally floats itself. That's pretty interesting. So in that case, you know, you've got dormant, sort of, because you can still attack with the unison, you can still attack with the leader. So it's not dormant, but it's kind of dormant, a little iffy. Next, you got Ultimate Flame Shot. Normal Shadow Dragon extra ability. Activate main/battle, limit 1. If your leader card is a black Shadow Dragon card, you can place 1 card from your life to your drop area. Place the top card of your opponent's deck into the drop area, and then your opponent's or your leader card doesn't take any damage from your opponent's attacks until the end of the battle or the end of the turn, whichever comes first. Basically, what you need to know is that this is a Mass Sam Brainwash No More in theme as an extra card, which means I don't know about playing too many of them. Like I said, this is more of a filler one for me. If I have the space, I'll see how the format is and see if I want to allot a card like this. But now we're over to the big shebang. This is probably the best card I saw printed here, not only because it's just good, but because it actually just helps black decks in general. Counterattack, if your leader card is mono black, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with a 15k power or less, ignoring barrier and send it to its owner's warp. By the way, this card is called Ultimate minus Energy Powerball. Very strong. Permanent. This card gains Shadow Dragon in all areas. Permanent. If you have a black Unison card in play, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. This is cool because this is essentially a Wolfang Fist to a degree for black, except that instead of just negging something 15, which is good, because while that doesn't kill it, if the thing is over 15, this can't even hit it. So they both have pluses and minuses. One's hard removal but has a cap. The other one is just, minusing, but it has no cap. But the fact that you can use this as many times as you have it is absolutely crazy. That counterattack effect does not have a limit 1, which might make this deck actually incredibly defensive while it's able to tap out on curve. Activate main battle, limit 1, choose up to 1 of your black leader cards or battle cards. They gain plus 15k power until the end of the battle or the end of the turn, whichever comes first. So this is not only an in-themed card, but this is essentially an IR. This is another Cell's Kamehameha. This is another Ultra Instinct Kamehameha. This is another Frieza's Death Ball. Vegeta's Final Flash. Majin Buu's Human Extermination Attack. It's all of these things. That's essentially what this is. Add the 15k power. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is actually awesome. So when it comes down to this deck now, right? You have some interesting things. You have a come into play attack. So you have a come into play attack that gets added on. I'm just going off of what I think are the coolest ones. You've got a card that you can just combo from hand, burst 1, switch on your leader card's to active mode, potentially block again. You've got a plus, or you got to discard 1 to choose a Shadow Dragon and then tap it, and then you got a discard to warp to search top 5. So that's actually really, really neat. Those are huge additions to the deck, I think. And you have a Unison Recursion as well as 2 boss cards, and then a monster's beating in the form of Ultimate minus Energy Powerball. So I definitely want to work on this deck and revisit it. I did like a sloppy kind of archetype breakdown, but I think we have enough cards now to actually go off and make something happen. So I will be very, very excited to show you guys what I'm working on. And I'll put that out maybe over the next week. Depends on how quickly I can find, tinker with the build and feel like it actually clicks. So I hope you guys like the breakdown of the cards. I think there's a lot to go off of here. I think maybe about 30% of these cards are not really playable, but most of them have hinge situations and some of them are just good all around. So I'm very, very, very excited to see how this works, and I will be trying to put the deck together and show you guys something a little nice. So yeah, stay tuned. The next video that should be out will be my friend Zach Egner's top 16 webcam regional Android 16 deck list and tournament report. It happened about a week ago, like right after Gen Con. I think it was Gen Con's tournament. There we go, Gen Con's online tournament. He topped that while I topped Gen Con. And so when I got back, I did the deck profile, and I think it's cool because we've had Chris Anderson, owner of TCGMetalZ, on here with 16 before, so it's just really cool to see 16 doing the darn thing again. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you the next time you decide to join Universe X. Remember to pop over to TCGMetalZ and put in the code UNIX to UNIX to take 10% off your entire purchase. Like I said, it helps him. You're giving him business, but it's also helping me directly. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.